Hi, I'm Lindsay Bugbee, the artist and calligrapher behind The Postman's Knock, and today we're going to talk about how to improve or simply reinvent your signature. So the first thing you'll want to consider is whether you want to write in cursive or in print. So traditionally, signatures are written in cursive, but some people have absolutely fabulous print signatures. Like, consider Walt Disney, who often wrote something like this. He had the little squiggle above the I, and then the signature Y there. So he had a very cool print signature, but maybe you prefer something that is cursive, and in that case, maybe Walt would have written like this. Which of those two do you like the best? So think about that and try on your name in both print and in cursive in several different ways. Another thing to consider is letter slant. So when my mom writes her name, she uses this very dramatic left-leaning slant. So her name is Delynn Thompson, and that's exactly what her signature looks like. I know because I forged it a lot when I was in school. But for me, I always use a right-leaning slant. Okay, and then a lot of people like to use a slant that just doesn't exist, so it's straight up and down. So again, try on your name in 3 different ways with a left-leaning slant, a right-leaning slant, and then just an up and down slant, and see what you like the best. Next, try thinking in shapes. So what I'd like for you to do is take a pencil, not a pen, but I'm using a pen, and draw 3 shapes: an oval, a rectangle, and a hexagon. Okay? And let's say that your name is Dan Smith. Dan Smith might write his name like this in an oval. Okay, so his name fills out that oval here. Let's say he wants to write in more of a rectangle. Nice and rectangular. And then for the hexagon, it would be a little more angular. And that's what that might look like. So I want you to do that with your own signature. And even though it might look silly in a couple of the shapes or just one of the shapes, it's a really good exercise to figure out what configurations work the best for the letters in your name. When it comes to signatures, it's a really good idea to think about the uppercase letters in your name. So for example, think about Oprah. She has a super iconic signature. It starts obviously with this O, which I guess she does more like this. And then she actually puts the P inside the O, and then she writes the rest and finishes just outside the O. Barack Obama, he does almost the same thing. He has his O, and then he writes the B inside the O. So if you have an O in your name, that might be something really cool to do, but there's always something neat to do no matter what uppercase letters you have in your name. You know, again, going back to Disney, his D became an iconic part of Disney, right? That Disney D, that's recognizable everywhere. If you have a letter like K, you can use that to hug the rest of your name and contribute to more of an oval orientation. So think about what you can do with the letters in your name. If you can think of somebody famous that shares letters with you, look up their signature. You know, so for me, that might be Lawrence Olivier, Lauren Conrad, Lil Jon. Anyway, you get the idea. Also consider playing with descenders. So descenders are the part in your name where, you know, if you have a Y or a G, that it goes down, it descends. So in the name Lindsay, which is my name, I might do something really cool with the Y and go like that, right? And then I also have a G and I can do something cool with that. So think about different ways that you can make those descenders maybe be more flourishy or make them hug the rest of your name. Similarly, you can think about ascenders, so they ascend, right? They go up. So if we have Lindsay again, maybe we go like this, we get to the D and we make a swooping stroke like that. And then I've got a B and I can do something like that with the B. Ultimately, coming up with a new signature is all about experimentation. So one thing you can do is get on Google and look up examples of signatures, look up beautiful signatures, celebrity signatures, just anything that will give you comparisons of what different signatures look like. And as you're looking at those comparisons, you'll start to notice certain things that you like and certain things that you don't like. Once you have an idea of what you like, sit down and first establish a judgment-free zone, you know, just write and think of different ways you might write your name. So I'm going to do that right now just as an example for you. I'll speed up the video so you don't have to watch in real time. Okay, so you can see that I've written my name in 9 different ways, and all 9 of those ways convey a completely different mood and attitude. This is more like the Walt Disney, so capital letters, very confident. This is a left-leaning slant like my mom. This, you can't even see any lowercase letters, so it could be anybody's signature, still pretty cool. This is a signature I mostly use in everyday life. This is bubbly and bouncy. This kind of reminds me of like a rock star signature. So anyway, just once you are able to come up with a full page of signatures, evaluate which one you like the best, or you can pick out the best parts of your favorites and then combine those together to come up with a new signature. But ultimately, all of the work is going to get done in this one exercise where you're just filling up a page with different ways of writing. So try out different slants, try out different orientations. So again, think of those shapes, you know, oval, rectangle, hexagon. Think about trying out different styles, so print or cursive, different ways to dot your I's and cross your T's. Whenever you have a horizontal stroke, then that is a really good excuse to get really flourishy, and you can have that stroke go just about anywhere. Remember that. But yeah, experiment and you will come up with something you love. If you like this video and you're kind of a handwriting nerd like I am, then consider checking out some of the resources on my website. I have a couple of free handwriting worksheets so you can just try on different styles of handwriting. I also have a comprehensive course that will help you improve your handwriting, print or cursive. Lots of exercises there to help you with pen control and help you find the proper grip and paper orientation that you want to work with. And then I have a cursive worksheet that is super cool. It teaches you a vintage cursive style from the early 1900s called business penmanship. So you got a lot of really neat looking letters there, lots of elegant vintage flair. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for other TPK YouTube videos.